So you feel it? I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is... The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go, boy. Let's go. I'm ready. Go. 53. Hey, here we go. Showing up.
They run for the first time with Justice Hill. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson caught by Snead over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hill running right. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
When you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Throwing is Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now Jackson steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play, because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
This is taken around the 12. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Mayfield with a quick fire to Landry. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
A run for Nick Chubb. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Check 99. Check 99. What's up?
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Third and long for Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Let's go.
And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Snead's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Play action. Now Jackson steps away. He uncorks it for Snead. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Switch. Match back. Right.
Again, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll buy some time right. Looking for the... Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying. But I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, where it was the home team who were able to hold serve and get a victory in their stadium. The final, 19-14. From there, we head out west to the Golden State. Check on the Rams at home in L.A. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Cooper Kupp, a touchdown reception.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. 17-7, the final score.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this of intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On second down, it's Hill. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
It's complete to Snead. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson rolling to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Give him 30 yards there. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Willie Snead hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Johnson, it's poke free. Football is out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker. The Browns drive about to get started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Here we go.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. It's a big play there for the Browns. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title out of reach, we know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
So it's just a matter of adjusting now, isn't it? And what I mean by that is mentally. Every team starts the season thinking, let's go for the number 1 seed, right? Being the top team. Number 2 is pretty great, too, because you get the opening bye, and you're at home after that. But it doesn't matter at this point. Just getting in, and you just sit there and talk to your team. Would you rather go on the road and deal with someone, or would you rather stay at home for the playoffs? Let's go on the road and go take someone out.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Now a 10th carry for Hill. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they run with Hill. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's got Snead, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. It's Hill. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Hill. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hill. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.